Hi guys, how's everybody doing? It's Jen here, or Cat1, back here with another update. Sorry I'm so late, and my lighting is really terrible. It's been a really chaotic month, let's put it that way. There's been a lot going on. Not stitching wise. There's been a lot of work going on and a lot of home stuff going on and just not enough hours in the day, and yeah, so I'm back. I'm late. I actually had recorded a video, when was it? A week ago? And I didn't have a lot of time and I rushed through it and I wasn't happy with it because I was making mistakes and all sorts of things, so I figured I would wait until I had more time, and I finally have more time, but it's really dark outside. It's like 6 o'clock at night here, on November 11th, so happy Veterans or Remembrance Day to all of the soldiers that fought and died for our freedom. I mean, we wouldn't have the things that we have today if it wasn't for the sacrifices that they made. So thank you to all of the veterans out there. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say with that, but I mean, the sacrifices that they made were huge, and yeah, and I mean, I do thank you. So, and I'm sure everybody else does too, because yeah, we wouldn't have what we have if it wasn't for you guys. So, so today was a day off here in Canada. Well, at least for me, anyways. So I had the day off, and I spent the whole day trying to get my house clean and yeah, just busy doing errands and whatnot else. So I'm actually catching a flight tomorrow morning. I have to get up at 4 in the morning. I'm catching a flight down to Lethbridge, and I need to go meet up with my mom, and I'm going to pick her up, and she's going to come back to Edmonton with me for a bit. So actually for a long bit. She's actually going to be moving in. So this is the last time that I'm actually going to probably have the house all free and to myself. So I figured I would get a video done before that happens. So so here we are. So like I say, it's 6 o'clock at night and it's really dark, so I apologize for the lighting, but we'll get through it. So so anyways, last month was October, and Emily C with Eclectic Possession, she was doing a Dark October stitching, I think is what she called it, on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram, so I wasn't really sure, but I did manage a little bit of Halloween dark and creepy stitching. Oh, I actually forgot to pull one of them out, so I'm going to edit this part out, and I will be right back. Here I am, I'm back. I actually had 2 finishes last month, which was kind of exciting. So 2 finishes and some progress on some other things, so kind of happy with how much I got done, kind of disappointed with how much I got done. I actually had an entire week off, and I thought I was going to get so much stitching done, and that just didn't happen. So what do you do, right? So so I guess I'll start with my Lakeside needlecraft Sal. They released the October block, and she was a little witch, and she is so cute. So this is what it looked like last time you saw it. And this is what it looks like now. So that's the whole thing. So we have the Pegasus, the Wizard, and the Little Witch. And this guy here is a goblin, but I'm just going to give you a close-up of the witch. So she's super cute. I love her. Absolutely love her. So that's the whole thing so far. And my little start on the November goblin. This month I actually have another week off, and I'm actually really hoping to get the goblin done, and I'd like to really finish the border below him and then the next corner on the bottom and get that kind of like the whole bottom finished, I think would be really awesome. So we'll see if I can actually do that. I don't know, that might be a little ambitious. It is the 11th after all, and I've hardly made a start, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, this is where this one sits. And again, it's stitched on 32 count Belfast in Crystal Pansy by Picture This Plus. And I'm actually changing all the colors. I'm changing all of them to just use up hand-dyed cottons or silks that are in my stash. So it's kind of been really fun. It's been a little challenging at times to like try and find something similar to what the pattern calls for, and I find the more I'm using the hand-dyed threads, the more I like the subtle variegation better than, you know, the ones that go from like blue to pink to like green, etc., etc., etc. I like the subtle variegation a little bit better, but maybe it's just with regards to this project too, right? So yeah, it's been a challenge, so, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully I'll get this goblin and the rest of the border completed this month. That is kind of my goal, so we'll see how I do with that. So the next thing that I worked on was Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs, and this was one that I was working on for the Dark October stitching. Emily was also working on this one. I think somebody else has started this one as well too. But this is what it's going to look like when it's all done. And this was one of the starts that I had for my my stitching retreat back in September. So I will insert a picture of where it was last time you saw it. And this is where it is now. Not a whole lot done, but I did manage to get the majority of the house stitched. And I just lost my computer light, so there we go. So this is where I am now. If you remember, I had asked in my my video before Stitch Camp, I had actually 2 skeins of wood smoke, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but it was primarily used in the house here, and it's actually really hard to see, but I actually kind of used both skeins. I actually used the one skein that was a little bit grayer in this little chunk right here. It's really hard to tell, but when I started stitching with it, I didn't really like the way it looked around the other colors. So I figured because this is supposed to look kind of mottled and kind of splotchy, I wasn't going to pull it out and restitch it. I decided to just leave it in, but I figured I was going to use the other skein for the rest of it. So that's what I did, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Sometimes I find doing these videos, as soon as I see it on the camera or as soon as I take a picture of something, I actually see more variegation or more detail than I did when I was originally looking at it. Here I can actually see the outlines around the windows. If I look at it in real life, it's really kind of difficult to see, I'm not going to lie. So it's kind of funny the way the camera kind of plays tricks on things. So anyways, so this is where this one is sitting. I'll also show off my Headless Horseman needle minder that I got from Gina's Unique Boutique during her Halloween sale. I love it. I've never seen a Headless Horseman one before, so that was kind of exciting to get that. And yeah, so this is where this one is. I'm going to probably not work on it for a bit. I have a few other things that I want to get some progress on as well too, so I think this one's going to go away for a while. And yeah, it'll probably get some more progress on it early next year. So so the next thing that I worked on was my Halloween Kitty mandala by Shadan. I will insert a picture here of what it looked like last time you saw it. And this is what it looks like now. So I actually got quite a bit done on it. I got half of this cat at the bottom done, and then the one corner pumpkin, and then I finished this other cat at the top here. And I have to say, I am so happy the cats are done on this. That rayon thread is just a disaster to work with. I absolutely hate it. So I'm really happy the cats are done. But yeah, I think I actually want to keep this one up for a little bit longer. I actually want to finish the other pumpkins in the corners. So there will be another pumpkin here and then up here, along with some more bats and vinery. And I think I really want to finish that before I put this one away. So hopefully I can get those two corners done before this month is done. So actually, that's pretty close to what the fabric looks like. This fabric I find is really hard to photograph, but the darker lighting really seems to, that's pretty much what it looks like. So, but yeah, you can see like the rayon thread. Oh, maybe you can't see. I have been using a laying tool with it. I've had to double up the strands, and it just looks so sloppy even with a laying tool. Like, it just, that rayon thread is awful. If I would have known it would have been this bad, I think I would have subbed out for a really nice silk, or like even just black thread for it. I mean, the shine is really nice and everything, but it is a pain to work with. So, but that is my chatelaine mandala. And I just want to say that Tracy P is also working on this one. So if you haven't seen her video on it, she's doing it as well on a like a beigey type fabric, and it looks really good as well too. I find that on this one the greens are getting a little bit lost, but overall I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. So yeah, so I'm really happy with that, and I'm going to work on it some more, but all in due time. And then, so that was basically what I worked on in October. And then I didn't get my video filmed, and I was kind of tired of Away We Ride, so I figured I would pull out another piece from my Stitch Camp retreat. And I decided to pull out Bumblebee Lace Sampler by Victoria Sampler. And this is what this one's going to look like. And I will insert a picture here of what it looked like the last time. And this is actually what I've been working on the last couple days. So this, oh, yeah. So this is what I've done so far. Sorry about the hanging thread. Let's see here. That kind of helps. So you can see all the cut work that I've done. I've done these four corners. Those are all done, and then the wrap bars, and now I'm doing this blanket stitch on the surface. This I have had to frog so many times. It has to be like one of the easiest stitches, and I just for some reason can't count. So I'm hoping I counted properly this time, but we'll see what happens. But that's how that one is looking. And this is stitched on, I want to say 32 count. 32 count Sandcastle even weave by Picture This Plus. I think. I could be wrong on that. I do know the color is Sandcastle. But who the dyer is, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's Picture This Plus, but. So that's my progress on that one, and I'm actually really enjoying that one again. This is the one that I was terrified to start, and once I get started on it, I actually really enjoy working on it. It's just kind of getting up the courage to put a couple stitches in it, and it's a lot of reading to try and kind of figure out the pattern, but like I say, I am really enjoying it. So that is all the projects that I've worked on. The other two that I worked on were actually finishes, and the first one that I finished was the Mill Hill bead kit, Ravens, and I will insert a picture of where it was. And this is my finish. So like I say, this is Ravens by Mill Hill. There actually is a bat button that's supposed to go up here. I haven't quite decided if I want to put him on. He's actually missing a little bit of paint, so I think he might have gotten a little damaged with me holding on to it for so long, but this is technically finished as far as I'm concerned. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It's really sparkly in real life. The only thing that I wasn't really happy about this, and I think it's just purely the size of the design, but I found this center area here, because if you see my hand, my fingers kind of extend about halfway through. Working on the perforated paper, how can I explain this? I basically put the needle up through the back, and because you're holding it like horizontally, the needle would sometimes fall through, so I would always have my hand in the back trying to like hold on to the needle so it didn't fall back through again. And I found just with the size of this, it was really kind of awkward to do that right in the middle. I did have somebody, I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly who it was, give me the suggestion to actually turn the piece a complete 180 degrees around, and then that way at least your stitches would still be going the same direction as you were working on it. So I did do that during part of it, but I found in the very, very center of it, it really didn't help a whole lot, but towards the one side, it was very beneficial to do it that way. So that was a great tip that I received. So, but yeah, I have another one of these actually in my stash. It's got some pumpkins on it, and I'm actually debating not doing it on the paper. I think I might do it on fabric, but I haven't quite decided yet, and I'm not going to start it anytime soon. But this one is done. I also don't quite know how to finish this, because I like the idea of putting like the small ornament ones, like putting some felt onto the back and like attaching a ribbon or something to hang it onto a tree. But I find this one, it's not really an ornament, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. But when I finish it, I will definitely share with you what I decide to do with it. Yeah, so that was the first one that I finished. The second one that I finished, I actually don't have anymore. It's actually was the Sister Stitchers, Sister Stitchers. I don't remember. By the Primitive Hair. It was a freebie. Tracy P. actually started her own Facebook group for her birthday, so it was the month of October that she had it running. And I have to say it was a really fun group. I didn't participate a whole lot in it, but there were a lot of Snapchat photos happening, and I didn't have that app, if that's what it is, to participate. I probably should have looked into it, but I was lazy and just enjoyed looking and laughing at everybody's photos. But she picked out a pattern by the Primitive Hair. Like I say, it was a freebie, so you can still go to her website and grab it. It was called Sister Stitchers, and just a really quick chart. And so she recommended that we all stitch it as a stitch along, and it was totally optional, but a couple people offered to send her their finished picture, and I was one of those people, so I have sent it off to her. I hope she got it okay. It should have been there last week sometime. But yeah, so I sent that to her, and I will insert a picture here of what it turned out like. And I have to say, it was really cool to see how everybody kind of made it their own. There were a couple people that made it kind of darker, and then a lot of people changed the colors so that they were super bright. And I mean, there were a lot of things that were changed with some of the people. Some people got really creative. I'm not one of those people, but I'm still really happy with the way mine turned out. And I do apologize, Tracy, if you're watching this. I was lazy and I did not iron it before I sent it to you because I figured it going through the mail, it was going to get all crunkled and wrinkled anyway. So I do apologize, but I've been told, and I think the idea is she's going to turn it into a wall hanging of some sort with all the pieces that she's gotten. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like when she gets it. So Tracy, don't forget to share it with us when you get it all done. So I think she also said that she was going to try and send it to Vana. I want to say the Twisted Stitcher, if that's her YouTube channel. I'm not sure if that's it, but I will link her channel down below as well too. So if you haven't watched her videos, you should really watch her videos as well too, because she's so fun and bubbly, and she has some great finishing videos. So if you're looking for how to finish some projects, you should definitely check her out. So yeah, that's my PSA. The next thing that I'm going to show you is I did get a little bit of haul. I actually got my last order from Stitching Bits and Bobs. So that came in the mail, and this should be theoretically the last little bit of haul that I have for a bit. At least haul in like a large quantity. So the first thing that I got was my pattern number 1 from Bent Creek, which is the Halloween branch. So I finally got the first section of the chart. So that's what it looks like. And then I just stuck the other two pieces actually in the back. So if you guys don't remember, this is what the whole thing is going to look like. So it's super cute. And I'm going to have to start that next year probably sometime. We'll see. I'm going to probably say that with all of these charts, and there's no way I can start all of them. But the next thing that I got was my pattern number 4 by Jeanette Douglas, and this is the last pattern, Winter by the Sea. So I have the other 4 corners already, and I think I'm going to stitch this as on one piece of fabric. And yeah, I actually wanted to wait till I got all 4 pieces in for this one. I think a lot of the colors are repeated in this, so I didn't want to buy 4 different thread packs if I could buy skeins and use it for each quarter. So this is the last quarter for this one. So I think it's a super cute pattern. I can hardly wait to start it, but like I say, I might have to wait for a little bit. So the next thing that I got was Halloween at Hollyberry Farm by Stacy Nash Primitives. And this is what that one looks like. And I've had this one on my wish list forever. So I can hardly wait to start that. I love the border on it. So yeah, I just think this is a super cute chart. So I got that one. And then I got Jack's Bash by Plum Street Sampler. And this one I really like as well too. This was another one that was on my wish list for a while, so. Oh, I love filming on my iPad. It cuts out on me every so once in a while and without warning. And I don't know if it means that my storage is full or if my video is just too long. But I think it means my storage is full. I just deleted my 2 last videos off of here, so hopefully I will have enough room to get the rest of this one filmed and whatnot else. So anyways, I just finished showing Jack's Bash by Plum Street Sampler, and I got another one by the Plum Street Sampler as well too, and this one is called Salem Sisters 2. And I have Salem Sisters 1 and 3 already in my stash, and you guys probably know that you can't have 1 or 2 of a series and not get all of them. At least I can't anyway. So this one took me a while to track down. I think this one's actually been discontinued, or maybe they all have, I'm not too sure, but it took me a while to track this one down, and I saw it finally and obviously had to get it. So and this one says, 1692, sisters of mine, yon rope shall thy twine, round our necks till be gnarled and squeezin', yet we have no fear, for our justice draws near, where they're going it won't be a freezin'. So that is Salem Sisters 2. So that is that one. And then the next one that I got is thanks to Michelle. Actually, this one is thanks to Michelle. Cozy Egg. Again, if you haven't watched her videos, you should check them out. I will link her videos down below as well too. But she showed off this one. I believe she got this one as a gift from a friend. And it is the Rampant Cat Sampler by Barbara Anna Designs. And this is a take on the Garden of Eden. And she showed this one finished, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. So this is definitely going to be a new start for next year. Definitely going to be a new start. The cats down at the bottom are just too cute. I love them. And the nice thing about this one is it's actually charted for DMC thread, so hopefully it won't put too much of a burden on my Stitch from Stash budget that I have going with Stephanie. So that is this one. And yeah, this will definitely be a new start for next year. And then the next and last one that I got is thanks to Emily at Eclectic Possessions. And this is the Garden of Erie, which is also a take on the Adam and Eve. And this one I absolutely love too. And this one I believe is charted with needlepoint ink threads, which are silk threads, but they're not variegated, so I think with this one, I'm actually just gonna use the DMC threads for, because, I mean, if you're not getting variegation with your threads, I kind of find it hard to spend the extra money for them, so, but that is The Garden of Erie by Plum Street Sampler. So that is all the haul that I got. That is all the projects that I worked on. I also do want to talk about one other thing. If you guys have watched my first video, you'll know that I'm a letter carrier with Canada Post. I do have my own route, so I see the same, delivered to the same neighborhood every day. I told you I was also on holidays last week. So to make a long story short, I have one customer, and she is my favorite lady on my walk. I love her. She's older. She's an older lady, but she always keeps an eye out for me. Like, especially in the summer, like, she'll come out and she'll bring me bottles of water, and you know, she comes out and talks to me every day. So she tells me stuff about her life, and she actually has a duplex. So her and her husband have one side that they live on, and then her son had the other side with his wife of the duplex. So she got talking to me one day, and her son was moving back east, and you know, she was really upset about the whole thing and whatnot else. And you know, we were kind of talking, and I was, you know, she had mentioned to me before that she was planning on possibly moving back east as well, right? And I just said, you know, you have to do what you have to do. I mean, if you feel that's right, then you should do it, right? But I did tell her that if that happened, I would definitely miss her. So anyways, a couple days went by, and she came out and talked to me again, and basically started telling me that, you know, they had decided that they were going to stay regardless of what her son decided to do. Her and her husband were going to stay in this duplex because, I mean, they like Edmonton, right? So I ended up going on holidays, and I came back on the Monday, and I was doing my walk, and there was a for sale sign in front of their property, and I kind of thought, you know, maybe something happened with her son or whatever, right? And so I delivered on Monday, and I never saw her, and I delivered on Tuesday, and I never saw her again. And I'm thinking, this is really weird, because even if she misses me, like, she'll come out and she'll still like wave at me from across the street or whatever, right? And I always, you know, make sure I yell a hello at her, or, you know, sometimes I'll even go out of my way to cross the street to talk to her. Like, she's such a nice lady. I love her. So I never saw her for a couple days, and it's, like I say, it's a short week here for us. So I thought, well, if I don't see her on Thursday, I'm going to knock on her door and just, you know, make sure everything's okay, right? Because it's strange not to see somebody for a couple days if you're used to seeing them every day. But she came out on Wednesday and started talking to me, and I could tell she was really upset about something. So she actually told me that her husband was diagnosed with 2 different types of cancer, and my heart just broke for her. And, you know, they're older, right? So they can't, he's waiting for surgery, but they're having a hard time kind of keeping up with the housework, not housework, but the maintenance of the house or whatever, right? Like I say, her son moved back east, and they're actually renting the other side of the duplex to some friends of his, and she's having some problems with them and whatnot else. So she was telling me all this, and said that they were still going to look for a place in the neighborhood, but they were going to rent. They didn't want to own anymore because of her husband's health, but they're awaiting surgery, right? So, I mean, if he ends up getting in for surgery right away, then, I mean, he's not going to be in any shape to move anyways, right? So I should just backtrack a few months ago, like in the summer, I was telling her I was going to my stitching retreat, and she was impressed that I cross-stitch, right? Because I guess she used to as well too, but because she's older and she has arthritis, she can't do it very much. So she basically gave me all of her thread that she had that she had in her basement or whatever, right? And I'm talking about boxes of thread, like probably like six boxes of thread. Like, it was ridiculous. And when she did that, I wanted to stitch her something, and I was originally thinking of a little biscornu, because she still quilts. So I was going to make her a little biscornu, and I was going to put that together, and I was going to give it to her. And I never got around to it. Life's been chaotic, and whatever, right? So she told me all the stuff about her husband. I thought, I still really would love to stitch her something, because she's done a lot for me, right? So I came home after she told me about her husband, and so I started going through my stash, and I'm like, okay, well, what can I make her? Like, it needs to be something relatively quick, because if their house sells and she's gone, like, I'm kind of on a time limit here, right? So anyways, I was going through my stash, and I ended up finding this one by the Victoria Sampler, and this one is called Silk Wisteria. So it's got a little bit of stitching in it. It's got a little bit of hardanger in it, but I think this middle section here, actually, I don't think will take very long to do. This gazebo up here is a lot of satin stitches, which goes by relatively quickly. But the thing about this one that I really liked was I really liked the saying on it. And it says, kind hearts are the garden, kind thoughts are the roots, kind words are the blossoms, and kind deeds are the fruits. And I just thought that that was really appropriate. Like, I didn't want to get something too mushy, I guess. Like, and I didn't want anything religious. I didn't want anything preachy or anything like that. But I just thought that this was a nice friendship type sampler, right? So I had the pattern already. I didn't have the thread pack, so I ordered that yesterday morning. So I ordered the thread pack for it. I found some fabric in my stash, and this is Ashley Karma by Silk Weavers, and it probably won't show up very good, but it's like a purpley, gray, modelly kind of color, and I have a lot of it. I have a huge chunk of this, so I'm gonna stitch this for my lady on my walk. And I think she'll really appreciate it. And I think I'm not even going to frame it. I'm just going to turn it into a bell pull for her. So then, it doesn't need to take up a lot of room, like with frame and a mat and everything else. And, her being an ex-stitcher, I think she'll really appreciate it. And I just, like I say, I really want to do something really nice for this lady. So I actually went to my LNS the other day, and I went and got, because the thread pack actually didn't come with all of the threads that I need for this project. So I went and I got the rest of them that I needed. I got the white pearl cotton, so I can make a start on this. So I think I'm actually going to start this when I'm on my flight tomorrow morning, because I think the satin stitches will be something mindless and something easy I can kind of do. So hopefully I can take this on the plane with me. I'm going to take a cheapy pair of scissors, and if they get confiscated, then they get confiscated, because I haven't flown since 2000. And back then, the flight laws were a little bit more lenient and a little bit more relaxed, so I'm going to see what I can do. If not, I'm going to take some dental floss with me, because I've heard that works really well to cut thread. So that's my plan. So yeah, and then I'm going to work on this one exclusively until it's done, because, like I say, I am on a bit of a time limit with it. I'm hoping the thread pack will get here soon, but there's a lot I can do on it without the thread pack. So yeah, that's my goal. So hopefully that'll work out. And I do actually have another week off at the end of this month, so if all else fails, I'm hoping if I put my mind to it, I can get this one done. So like I say, this is going to be my exclusive project until, like I say, until it's finished. But I'm hoping it won't be as much work as I think it is. I think it's actually going to be relatively simple, so I'm hoping it's not going to be crazy hard, because sometimes you look at projects and you're like, oh, I can get that done in a few hours, and 3 weeks later it's finally done. So we'll see what I can do with this. So wish me luck, everybody. I need all the luck I can get. So anyways, I'm going to let you go. I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I want to say thank you to all the people that like and comment on my videos. I wouldn't do this if nobody watched them or commented. And I have to say I'm impressed. I have over 800 subscribers, and this is only my sixth video? I can't remember. But I'm blown away by you guys. And, thank you so much. I really hugely appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm going to try and be better at getting being more accurate with my monthly updates, because I'm a week late. I'm always a week late. So, what do you do, right? Do this for fun, and sometimes it just doesn't fit into my schedule. So I'm going to try and do better next month. I'm going to try and have some decent progress for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to have a new start. That'll be tomorrow. And I want to get some more progress done on my chatelaine and some progress done on my Lakeside needlecraft. And hopefully no more haul, even though there's a sale at European Cross Stitch. If anybody is looking to kit up a chatelaine right now, now is your chance, because the kits are 10% off, and she only does the sale once a year. So the kits are expensive, but any money that you can save on them definitely makes it worthwhile. I am trying so hard to resist buying and kitting up another chatelaine. I have 2 more that I need to start before I kit up another one, I think, but my will is weak. So, but anyways, thank you everybody again for liking, subscribing, and commenting. I apologize for the delay in this video, and I will see you all next month. Bye!